as usual in these really old cemeteries, you have quite a few infant memorials. Usually these have like the little angels or lambs. Lambs were a popular decoration for headstones. Looks like this one, 1901 to 1906, so a 5-year-old. But it's not uncommon to find a series of headstones in a family cemetery with lots of infants, where there might be 4 or 5 that died at, anywhere from at birth to a year, 2 years old. Medical science and come a long way. There were a lot of flu epidemics, particularly around the early 20th century. Here's another little family plot that has some of the infant tombstones. You can see the little lambs on top that were popular then. And these seem to be still in possession of most of their parts. Most of the inscriptions on these, over time, acid rain, pollution, really erodes it to the point where, just looking here, even not on video, just live, you can't really read it. You'd have to do a rubbing to figure out actually what it says. And odder still, in a cemetery this size at least, is every once in a while you'll find a wooden marker. It's really weathered most of the time. There's no way to tell if it ever had anything on it. I'm assuming this one was probably painted at some point with the residents' information on it, but that's long gone. And another 10-15 years, it'll be completely gone. I thought this was interesting. It's headstone reads, Jessie F., wife of C.W. Broom, I believe, died April 6, 1885, age 26 years. And a lot of times on these they'll have a little sentiment engraved on the bottom. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this on video or not, but all this one says is perfect. So I guess that's how Mr. C.W. Broom, or Brooks, felt about Jessie, his wife. That she was perfect. As with any old cemetery, you find damage. Sometimes it's vandals that sneak in here at night, and kids knock the headstones apart. This looks pretty recent, because the white hasn't weathered at all. Somebody could have just whacked the crap out of it. Or these things get little cracks in them over time, and just like roadways, as water gets in and freezes and thaws and freezes and thaws, you'll get cracks that eventually just give out. This is an odd one. Head and hands missing. This is on the ground here. I don't know if it's part of it, part of an arm maybe. We'll leave that there. I see these so often I don't think about it, but I thought it might be important to mention on tapes and some videoing this. You see a lot of this at old cemeteries, particularly prior to the 1930s. Headstones that have axes on them or look like tree trunks. Usually these indicate that the person buried there was a member of a fraternal organization called Woodmen of the World. It was started as an offshoot of Masonic temples. One of the benefits they had for their members was that when you passed away, you had an insurance policy that supplied funds for your burial. And you'll see headstones like this all over the country, usually up until about the 1920s, 1930s. There are tree trunks with engraving on them, and axes and mauls and stuff like that, but it's Woodmen of the World. You know, these big 600-pound monoliths didn't fall off on their own. I tell you, I carry a concealed weapon. I'm licensed to carry a gun, and I pack anytime we go to cemeteries because you never know what creepy bastard's going to be out here hanging around. I would be sorely stressed not to draw down on some son of a bitch if I caught him out here. I'm a 6-year-old baby. Headstone. Just knocked off. That makes me sick. This is a section of the cemetery that is kind of interesting. These are headstones of Civil War veterans. That's what the CSA, I don't know if you can see that or not. CSA means Confederate States of America. Several of them here all together. This must have been a little Civil War memorial cemetery, veteran cemetery. You find those in a lot of the larger, older Texas cemeteries. We left Oakwood Cemetery to drive over to Pioneers Rest Cemetery, which is an older cemetery even than Oakwood. And it looks like they're locked up. So you can see it, but you can't get there from here. This is the oldest cemetery in Fort Worth, according to the website. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Isn't that a crapper? It's like 1850 to 1910. You can see out in there. So it looks like we'll have to save this for another day. Well, that's the end of the cemetery portion. I don't think we'll be hitting any more cemeteries today. Now we're going to hit the road and see what we can find on some of the back roads north of Fort Worth.